Daily Words of God. In the beginning, God was in rest. There were no humans or anything else upon the earth at that time, and God had not yet done any work. He only began His work of management once humanity existed and after humanity had been corrupted. From that point on, He no longer rested, but instead began to busy Himself among humanity. It was because of humanity's corruption that God lost His rest, and also because of the archangel's rebellion. If God does not defeat Satan and save corrupted humanity, He will never again be able to enter into rest. As man lacks rest, so does God. And when He rests once more, humans will too. Living in rest means a life without war, without filth, and without any persisting unrighteousness. This is to say, it is a life devoid of Satan's disruptions and Satan's corruption. And nor is it prone to the invasion of any force in opposition to God. It is a life in which everything follows its own kind and can worship the Lord of creation, and in which heaven and earth are entirely tranquil. This is what is meant by the words restful life of humans. When God rests, unrighteousness will no longer persist upon the earth, nor will there be any further invasion from enemy forces, and humankind will enter a new realm. No longer be a humanity corrupted by Satan, but rather a humanity that has been saved after having been corrupted by Satan. Humanity's day of rest will also be God's day of rest. God lost His rest due to humanity's inability to enter into rest, not because He had originally been unable to rest. Entering into rest does not mean that everything stops moving or ceases to develop, nor does it mean that God stops working or that humans stop living. The sign of entering into rest will be when Satan has been destroyed, when those wicked people who joined it in its evil doing have been punished and wiped out, and when all forces hostile to God cease to exist. God entering into rest means that He will no longer carry out His work of humanity's salvation. Humanity entering into rest means that all of humanity will live within God's light and under His blessings, devoid of Satan's corruption, and no more unrighteousness will occur. Under God's care, humans will live normally upon earth. When God and humanity enter into rest together, it means that humanity has been saved and that Satan has been destroyed, that God's work in humans is entirely complete. God will no longer continue to work in humans, and they will no longer live under Satan's domain. As such, God will no longer be busy, and humans will no longer be constantly on the move. God and humanity will enter into rest simultaneously. God will return to His original place, and each person will return to their respective place. These are the destinations in which God and humans will reside once God's entire management is finished. God has God's destination, and humanity has humanity's destination. While resting, God will continue to guide all humans in their lives upon earth. And while in His light, they will worship the one true God in heaven. God will no longer live among humanity, nor will humans be able to live with God in His destination. God and humans cannot live within the same realm. Rather, both have their own respective manners of living. God is the one who guides all of humanity, and all of humanity is the crystallization of God's management work. Humans are the ones who are led, and are not of the same substance as God. To rest means to return to one's original place. Therefore, when God enters into rest, it means He has returned to His original place. He will no longer live upon the earth, or be among humanity to share in their joy and suffering. When humans enter into rest, it means that they have become true objects of creation. They will worship God from upon the earth and live normal human lives. People will no longer be disobedient to God or resist Him, and will return to the original life of Adam and Eve. These will be the respective lives and destinations of God and humans after they enter into rest. Satan's defeat is an inevitable trend in the war between it and God. As such, God's entering into rest after the completion of His management work, and humanity's complete salvation and entrance into rest, have likewise become inevitable trends. Humanity's place of rest is on earth, and God's place of rest is in heaven. While humans worship God in rest, they will live upon the earth. And while God leads the rest of humanity in rest, He will lead them from heaven, not from earth. God will still be the Spirit, while humans will still be flesh. God and humans both rest in a different manner. While God rests, He will come and appear among humans. While humans rest, they will be led by God to visit heaven, as well as to enjoy life there. After God and humanity enter into rest, Satan will no longer exist. Likewise, those wicked people will also cease to exist. Before God and humanity rest, those wicked individuals who once persecuted God on earth, as well as the enemies who were disobedient to Him there, will already have been destroyed. They will have been eradicated by the great disasters of the last days. Once those wicked people have been utterly annihilated, earth will never again know Satan's harassment. Only then will humanity obtain complete salvation, and God's work be thoroughly finished. These are the prerequisites for God and humanity to enter into rest.